The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, good morning to all CDSE members on the call tonight from around the world. Thank you for being with us on this special CDSE call with our CEO, founder, Mr. Ramin Mesgarlou. I am Anthea Emmanuel, Ambassador of the Month, and I'm going to quickly introduce Mr. Mesgarlou and then hand over the call to him. Mr. Ramin Mesgarlou has been described in the Network Marketing Times 2009, and it was an enjoyable read for me, as having seen success from a number of angles. A very successful businessman by age 19, also a very successful athlete, winning several titles including Canadian and World Elite Championships, as well as Canadian Athlete of the Year. At age 20, he joined a network marketing business and soon became the youngest person ever to reach the second highest rank of that company's pay plan. In the years since, he has been a master distributor for 3 other ranking companies, created compensation plans for 4 direct sales companies, written 2 extensive practical guides to the business, forensic networker, and independent home business owner's manual, and today serves as CEO of our network marketing company, being the founder from 2005. The 6-page article highlighted his achievements as one of the best trainers and compensation plan creators. From 2005, GWT has thrived into a very successful business, with our CEO receiving many accolades, with a few being Entrepreneur of the Year Award, nominee 2014 Ernst & Young, Top 20 Opportunity Rating from businessforhome.org 2013, also top 50 Best Compensation Plans in 2015. Worldwide Running recognized him as an honored member, Top 100 Direct Sales CEO from businessforhome.org 2014, Malcolm Awards Gold and Platinum 2016, cover feature in the American Business Journal with an 8-page spread, and the focus being on our very president timepiece, the award-winning timepiece, and many more. And most recently, one of the first to be inducted in the Network Marketing Hall of Fame. And again, very recent, businessforhome.org 2016 awarded a AAA rating to our company, one of the 20 out of the 650 companies. So I'm so honored tonight. I feel so humbled to be on a call with our CEO, such a successful businessman. I think we are blessed, CDSE members, to have a CEO who's so in touch with us that he will take time out to personally train us. So once again, I thank you for being Ambassador of the Month, giving me this opportunity to host. And tonight being my last Monday, I want to say very thank you to Sean, to Reza, to our leader in St. Lucia, to everyone who has guided me, and to you, our CDSE members. Tonight, our CEO training is on the forensic post-join chapter, and I know once again, we have an amazing call ahead of us with our CEO as our trainer. Thank you once again, and welcome to the call. Mr. Mesgarlou, thank you for being on this call, taking time out to train us. I'm handing over the call to you.
Good evening, Anthea. Congratulations. What an amazing job you've done all month. My goodness, team, I've been on this. I logged in early tonight. I guess around 8:10 because I didn't make sure I was in the middle of something important. I want to make sure I don't miss the call because sometimes you get heavily into something and time flies by you. Of course, Auntie was right on time. Kim, everything was organized, everything was set up, and she was early as well. And I could hear background conversation. You know what? This young lady's at work right now. She's at the hospital, and while she's in the hospital, she told the nurses to she needs an hour, unless someone's really on a deathbed. She needs an hour to finish her business, and so she's talking to the nurses, instructing them what to do while she's hosting this call. So, and then, you know what? The reason I have to give it this uh, give it a shout out is because a lot of people would say, "Well, I'm busy. Well, I'm at work. Well, I don't know, Oprah's on. Well, I gotta put my kids. Well, somebody have to take the garbage out. People will come out with all kinds of excuses why they can't do what they need to do, and of course, they get those results as well. Treat the business like a hobby. You get a hobby check. Treat it like a business. You get a business check. You take it seriously. You get a serious check. You take it as something as a sometime. You get a sometime check. Part-time, you get a part-time check. Full-time, you get a full-time check. However you treat it, and you would get back in return. And again, many people would say, well, you know what? And she would have a good excuse. She would have a valid excuse to say, I'm at the hospital. I'm the doctor, that's on call. I'm the one that's here, and so I can't be on the call. And that would have been a valid reason. But it goes to show you how serious this young lady is. That she's there. If it's an emergency, she's there. But other than sitting in the lounge, maybe walk around and maybe check out some beds. I don't know. People chat along with the nurses. She said it's more important for me to be on my CDSE call. I am the ambassador of the month. I take that role seriously. And this week is her last week. She's done 4 weeks in a row. Congratulations. Actually, you know what? You've definitely gone up many stripes on my book.
Thank you.
You know what? Because the champions just think differently. Champions get it done. And, the others make excuses. So, it is worthy of taking some time on the call tonight and to impress upon everyone that a doctor on duty has taken the time not just to meet her responsibilities that she agreed to, but she also realizes that she could do two things at one time. Her business is just as important as her job. Her job serves a lot of people. Her business serves a lot of people. But her job, even as a doctor, probably not going to be as rewarding as her business. So we have to have some type of commitment to ourselves, to our family, to our dreams, to our goals. And that means multitasking, being in a hospital on call, and being on your GWT business call. So take that as an inspiration. Maybe that is the biggest inspiration of the night, talking about hobby attitude and a business attitude. There are some people that should be on this call, and they're not. Maybe they were, I don't know, had dinner engagements. Maybe there's a football game or a hockey game or whatever it was. But again, you treat like your business as something as a sometime. Expect a sometime check. Expect a sometime income. You treat it like seriously, as you treat it just as important as your full-time job. Just as important. It doesn't have to take as much time. You don't have to put in 8 hours a day if you're part-time, but you give the same respect as your full-time job, and you're going to see it will do wonders for you. As you can see, we got a fancy new poster for the CDSE call. It's telling you that we're extremely serious about this call. And the question I'm here going to ask you, and we're going to ask you every single week. Congratulations that you are on this call. But 2 questions I want you to answer. Is all your CDSE members in your team on this call as well? Anyone that's a diplomat or above, Are they on this call? If not, why not? Did you call them? Did you email them? Did you text them? Did you harass them? Because we want our people to succeed. You see, people come, and sometimes just on basis of passion and enthusiasm, they go get, they do some advancements, especially for diplomats. It's not that hard to get there. 3 diamonds and you're there. It doesn't mean they understand the business, but you see, to them, especially the quick diplomats, to them, that was pretty easy. So I know how to do this business. I don't need to learn more. Not true. So what your job is as a leader, remember your culture of your team starts from you and down. What your job is as your leader is to make sure that the CDSE call, if I have diplomats in my team, are you kidding me? This is my leadership core. If I'm a diplomat, if I'm an ambassador, and if I'm an RA and I got these diplomats, my job gets much easier when my diplomats get trained, so I don't have to do all of it. So I'll make sure that they tap into these calls. The company has provided you this unbelievable support system. Because all these incredible webinars, and we train you directly and we train your people for you. So when we train your people, your business explodes. Most importantly, your business becomes self-functional. That's a good word, self-functional. In other words, that your business will keep on growing with your input or not. Now, you're going to be there, you're going to support, you're going to learn. But the important part is, if we don't provide these support platforms, then guess who has to do it? You. You have to get the system. We pay for the system year long, week after week after week. The company pays for the system that every one of you have access to. So you're going to have to set the system, pay the fees, they're not cheap. You're going to have to learn how to operate it. You're going to have to come up with agendas. You're going to have to become the trainer, find other trainers, be organized, be early. You have to do it. If we don't provide it, you have to do it. But we've done it for you. We have some leadership people like Atia who have stepped up to make sure that all you have to do is just show up and the party's already on. What is your job? Make sure you pick up the phone and you call and harass all your diplomats and above to tell them, don't miss the CDSE call. And it's not because just the forensic networker or the CEO is talking. Every single week, not only you get trained, you get to bring your questions and ask those questions and take those answers to your team, because remember, you represent your team. So if somebody during the course of the week asks questions that you're not aware of or you're not sure about, write it down, put it in your iPad or your iPad or a cell phone. Ask those questions. This is the call where you get to ask those questions and bring the answers to your team. So from now on, I'm going to give all of you about 60 seconds. Go get your smartphone and go on Monday night, actually do Monday, say afternoon, at noon, Monday afternoon, every Monday, because these smartphones, you only tap it in one time, then you put it on repeat on every Monday. So I just repeat for you every Monday, that it gives you a notification. Here's what's going to say, Monday at, say, noon, you're going to say, call, text, send a pigeon, message, pigeon messenger, whatever you do, all your CDSC members, reminding them to register for the CDSC call for the Monday night. So you want a notification to tell you to make sure you put a text blast and you're calling your diplomats to be on this call. The link is in the back office, and so everyone should be on. So I'm going to give you 60 seconds. Get your smartphone out, click on Monday, put CDSE call, remind all diplomats and above, and put it on repeat on a weekly. That means you've done the job once, and the phone will do it for you. Reminds you every Monday at noon that you have to make sure your people get on. So you got 60 seconds. Go for it. If you're just coming on the call, we're giving everyone 60 seconds. You get their smartphones, and plug on Mondays at noon to remind all their CDSE members in their team to make sure these folks show up for the CDSE call. So you click on the date on your smartphone, which is today's date, it's Monday. Then you put in your CDSE call, remind all CDSE members in my team. Then you click on repeat weekly. You do it once. It shows up every Monday. It reminds you at noon, and you'll be on text blasts, phone calls, Facebook messages. You do it publicly and privately. Remember, you do a little bit of work, it saves you a ton of work, because we're getting your people on these calls. We train them, they get the information, they become more productive, make more checks. Not doing a little bit of work costs you a fortune. So it's important that you take those small steps. I'll give you about 20 more seconds. Technology can be good if people start to use them and use them effectively. I don't mean use them just to get on social media, YouTube, and to watch the latest news. I'm talking about using it as a business tool. All right, so today we're gonna have a little bit of fun. If you're ambassador and above, you notice that you have a nice little tool in your back office, and that is, the button says hold volume. It's a new thing that started last week, and basically what it does allows the ambassadors and above, ambassadors, RAs, NAs, and GAs, to, by pressing that, what it does, it holds your volume in your binary, and it only pays you when you reach 6250 at a 500 cycle. So it's a little perk we put in there for the ambassadors and above. So get yourself to ambassador, you have access to that. Personally, I really like the Instant Flex plan. I see what's doing for people. Because and you know what, the more I look at other companies, because I start to research time to time, and something new comes up, I look at it. Obviously, we're in the business. And what I find is, every company that's popping, I was looking at one today, and they were saying is that basically the maximum you can make on selling their product was $20. $20. You buy for 40, you sell for 60, it's a 50% profit, $20. So again, what we perceive in GWT to be very small, because we have this crazy 500 cycle, in any other company, this is the maximum you can get. In any other company, this is what's standard. Many companies out there, they have their cycle is $50 or $20. Ours start at 20, right? And it goes up from there. And then you have the 150 and 250, whatever. So what you got, we want to make sure that new people, until they get to ambassador, we don't want to hold their checks. We want them to get paid right away. They'll use that money for their IA. They'll use that money to renew. You want the same thing as well. Don't go teaching your people, even ambassadors, to go ahead and press this and hold volume, because you know what you want is make sure that if it's time for them to pay their IA, that money is available for them. If it's time for them to pay the renewal, why wait till 60 to 50? That money is available to them. So the hold volume is there. I mean, we do have some ambassadors that make a lot of money. So I guess for them it's not important. They could hold it. They're not in a rush till it's 6250 to get paid. But there are ambassadors that only cycle maybe once a week. For them, again, a lot of them could need the money right now. If you don't need it, it's fine. But there are a lot that do need the money right now. And in many, many, many countries, getting a 350 check this week, that's like half a month's salary where they live. So it's a big deal. So the Instant Flex Plan, I love the Instant Flex Plan because we're the only company that offers IFL, Instant Flex Plan. No other company gives you that flexibility with your income, with that flexibility with your volume. With every other company, write this down, every other company, you have to reach the cycle requirement to get paid. If it's a binary. In other words, it doesn't matter what the cycle is, if you don't reach the cycle requirement, in our case, it's 6250. Other companies could be 500, could be 1,000, 2,000, whatever. In any other company, you have to reach the cycle requirement to get paid. Not here. A couple of years ago, we offered a flex plan that became Instant Flex Plan, where even if you don't do the 6250 and you got 5,000, you get paid. At 4,000, you get paid. At 3,000, you get paid. 2,000, even at 1,500, you get paid. Right? So I think it's 1,000 or 500 get paid. So no other company gives you that type of flexibility. We do, because we're such a global business. No other companies as international as we are. I've been saying this for years, and it's a fact. No other companies as international as we are. And although $20 might not be a lot here, in some of those countries, it is. They could use it that particular day, that particular week. So in any event, I love that. But we added a new feature. It's this hold volume. So once you're an ambassador and above, you actually can go ahead and press that button. And if you don't need the money right away, it'll accumulate for you till you hit the 6250 and you maximize at $500. All right, so that is one thing I want to talk about tonight. The next thing, if you can go to the next slide. Last week we talked about the power of diamond. I told you, I showed you, I shared with you how you get people to go diamond. So, because it's so important. When you go diamond, you maximize everything. Again, no other company allows, again, you got to make sure you understand these things. We have so many advantages in GWT that all advantages get lost within other advantages. No other company allows you to maximize a compensation plan on day one. Only GWT allows you to do that. Every other company, to maximize your compensation plan, you have to be the top level, whatever that is, Starship Commander, Supreme NATO Commander, I don't know, whatever it is. Today I was looking at the company, 16 different levels, 16 ranks. Many of the bonuses were only even available to top 3 or 4 levels. The commissions, the binary commissions, only it was available, the maximum was only available to the top rank, not the first 15. That's the standard. That's very standard. That's why I've been talking against ranks for 20 years. So our statuses are not attached to the compensation plan, are not attached to the binary. So if you go diamond day one, you always have $500 for the rest of your life. The company I was looking at today, that's not the case. Not only you have to achieve the top level, which maybe 5 or 500,000 get to, not only you have to achieve the top to get the maximum commissions on a binary, you have to requalify fully every single month to get it. So if you don't qualify, let's assume they had a 500 cycle, they don't, but let's assume they did. Even though you got to the top level, and next month you didn't reach all the qualifications to re-qualify for it, well, your cycle could be like a flex plan, 350. It could be 200. Every other company with the ranking system, that's why they put ranks in. It gives full control to the company to flow the funds to the 5 people at the top and to hold back the funds that's supposed to go to you. The company keeps it. We're the only company that allows the brand new consultants to go diamond instantly and they never have to requalify for that again, and they're always going to get the 500 cycle. No other comp plan on the planet gives you that. Now, why do I do that? Well, for one, I guess, I don't know, I was a distributor like you. I have still got a distributor mentality. I think like a distributor when I create compensation plan. And it's not good corporately. It's not good corporately because what corporates want to do all the time, create this thing called breakage to make sure that the people who are not active or people who cannot qualify to lose some of their commissions and leave it on the table and the company keeps it. Not only we haven't done that, we allow you to go day one to go diamond. And when you go diamond, you never have to requalify like other companies. You're there at $500 for the rest of your life because I want to make sure that I give the average person a maximum chance of hitting a home run, a maximum chance of making it. That doesn't mean they all will, they won't. But all I can do is to give you the maximum shot at this by getting it to 500 from day one. Then I've given you the maximum shot at this. So the going diamond, it's not for you to get a 350 wholesale profit, which is great, which is nice, which is juicy, which is awesome, which gives you an incredible opportunity to go full-time in most part of the world by getting just 2 or 3 diamonds a month. That's a full-time income in probably half of the countries in the world. Just wonderful for the sponsor, but really its true reason is to give that new person a maximum chance of making it in this business. So what you see in front of you, the power of diamond, this needs to be, this must be, this has to be the part of your presentation, whether it's one-on-one, face-to-face, whether it's online, or most importantly, it's at your group hotel tours. This, I put it for you in a nice poster, but you don't have to do that. What I like to do, I like to take the flip chart. You can take this poster and basically practice it within an hour. Within 20 minutes, you know. Basically, I like to draw the circles at the end of the tour. When the tour is finished, I like to do this, and this is how I launched GWT. There was a time in GWT we would have like over 70% diamond ratio at every tour. Over 70%. You know why? Because we did these little things. People understood it. So I'm going to take you through it. And I want you to do this at the end of every tour. Group organizers, tour organizers, hotel tours. Make sure there's always a flip chart. And on flip chart, you're going to have your presenter that's going to present this at the end of the tour. Not only it's an amazing, amazing closer for some reason. People get, when you do this, they really get it. They really, really get it. Also, whoever they were going to launch anyways, now they're going to go diamond. If it's absolutely physically possible, they'll go diamond. And for the ones who are not possible, now from the minute they launched, you put it in their head that they got to go diamond. So this explanation, the power of diamond, get it on your PowerPoints, make sure at the end of tour, you must finish with this slide, the power of diamond. Now what I like to do personally is I would finish the tour, do the testimonials, then I would say, all right, I'm going to flip chart because I love flip chart. And you know what? Flip chart is awesome. Why? Because, it's so real. People love it. You're drawing. It's not, something on the screen. And what I always saw was in 20 somewhat years, every time I did this flip chart, some new LC would come, and the student would come. He said, sir, can I take that with me? They will rip the sheet, they bring it home to practice. Again, it duplicates. Everyone can get a flip chart. Everyone can draw a couple of circles. And so I love flip chart. And over the years and years and years of testing, the flip chart has probably a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 close ratio better than a PowerPoint when it comes down to this particular training. So I love flip charts, and every hotel has it, by the way. All right, so why should you go diamond? Well, this is how I explained it. Guys like, when Renee joins and my brother has joined and Sherry's, and this is how I explain to them. When you become a diamond, you're going to receive 3 VDMs. Now, other companies give you 1 center, we give you 3. When you start to build your team, as you can see, it says right team and left team. Over the next 2 years, you go build a team on both legs. On the right team, let's just say you have 1,000 people there. On the left team, let's just say you have another 1,000 people there. And your VDM1 now capped at $520,000 a year. Of course, plus bonuses and incentive. So let me say 520, that's just really the binary commission. It's a lot more than that, but let's just leave it at 520, right? So you bought a diamond, so you got 3 centers instead of 1. 2 years down the road, you've gone to build your team, and now you're making 520,000 plus a year. And now you have a couple of options. Option 1 is, I have, it's enough for me. I don't need any more. And, it's enough. So VDM2 and VDM3, it just sits there till you find yourself a partner. You got maybe another hotshot MLM guy who has a big team who wants to come on over. Now you have a position with all this volume sitting over there, because while you're building VDM1, the team's left team ended up on the VDM2 as well. While you're building VDM1, right team ended up on the VDM3 as well. So now I would call a guy who has a big team and say, listen, Johnny, come here. Here's what I've done the last couple of years. I built this massive business. I got this business center, VDM2 or 3. It's got 1,000 people there. It's got 2 million points sitting over there. It's a 2/3, 1/3. So I've done 2/3 of the work. Why don't you come in? You want to have a private agreement. You build the inside leg of VDM2 or VDM3. That means you only do 1/3 of the work. I've done 2/3 already. And you and I go 50-50 on commissions. So you get $260,000 a year. I get $260,000 a year. It's a great deal for Johnny. Why? You did 2/3 of the work for him. He shows up, one leg is built. All he has to do is 1/3 of the work, and he gets half the check. Amazing deal for him. Fantastic deal for you. Because when you get the $260,000, you didn't do anything for VDM2 or 3. You're building VDM1 that's already paying you $500,000 a year. It just happened the team ended up underneath VDM2 and VDM3. So these two, VDM2 and VDM3, become really hot real estate because you're going to build a team anyways. They're going to be in the way anyways because the teams will automatically end up under VDM2 and VDM3 while you're building your one. So option 1 is, yeah, 500 is enough. You know, with bonuses that probably make 700-800, it's enough. You find some hot shot, you lease up the other two, you make another 260 plus bonuses on those. You're sitting at 1.2, 1.3 million, and all you did was build one center. You're getting paid in all three. That's one option. The other option is you say, no, 500 is not enough. Then you go to video number 2. Now, there are some provisions. You have to cap out your BC1 for, I think, 12 weeks in a row before you can open up the other two. But that's fine. Once you cap it, it stays there. So once you get enough volume, eventually it's going to cap out every week. So then you go ahead. So you know what? 520 plus bonus is not enough for me. Then you go to your BC, video number 2 or 3. You start building the inside leg. Remember, 2/3 of the work was done already while you were building VDM1. So you put in the other inside leg at 1/3. Now you're capping that for 520 plus bonuses. Now you're sitting at about 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 with bonuses for 2 centers. You can say that's enough for me, and you lease out the other center, VDM3. Or you say, no, you go ahead, you cap out number 2, then you go to the inside leg of VDM number 3, you build that up, it's only 1/3 of the work, and now you've got another 520 from bonuses. This is where it ends up 1.56 plus bonuses, which is probably about $2 million a year or more between those 3. So if I'm sitting there for the first time and I have a decision to make, okay, I can go gold and just get 1 center, but for a couple of grand more, I'm going to get 2 more centers, and all of that volume that I'm building will end up underneath it. So I can triple my money down the road for 2 grand. If you went by the first scenario, option 1, let's just say you cap all 3 centers, you're sitting at about 1.56 million plus bonuses. Well, you would only be at 520 had you not done the diamond, right? Because diamond gets you the 3 centers, everything else gets you 1 center. For 2,000 extra, you can triple, make it over $1 million more. For 2,000 extra, you can go ahead and have 2 other malls to lease out to hot shots later down the road. See, when you start explaining this that way, for 2 grand more, you can triple your money a couple of years down the road. Well, who doesn't do it? I mean, it's not like it's a fee. For the money you pay for the diamond, you actually get products for it, right? On top of that, there's a bonus of $1,000. On top of that, I think the difference between the 2 is about a couple of grand. You're already going to get a $1,000 bonus on the product on top of that. So once you do the power of diamond, a lot of people understand the value of BC2 and BC3, VDM2 and VDM3, and instantly they decide to go diamond. And the ones who can't, now they know they have to. So they'll work on it really, really fast to make sure that they get there. So option 1, go ahead and build the inside leg, the 1/3 of the VDM2 and 3, and earn another $520,000 plus bonuses and incentives on each center. So you got 520 times 3, 1.56 million, plus bonuses. Could end up 2, 2.5, 3 million, depending on how you structure. Or most people, I think, would say, I'm only doing my 520 on the VDM1 plus bonuses. I'm at 6, 7, 800,000. That's enough for me. I'm going to lease out VDM2 and 3 to the next hot shot that I meet. I'm going to say, hey, listen, come on over. Let's have a private agreement, you and I. And you go build the 1/3. I did the 2/3 already. We split 50-50, 260 and 260. Great deal for them. The best part is when you do diamond, you don't actually have to do 375s for IA. 150 actually covers it. Again, I don't think you guys understand how good this plan is, because, for example, every time I look at something that's coming out or something that's, hot somewhere in the world and people are talking about it, and I look at their compensation and how they pay, I just realize how unbelievably advanced we are over anything else that exists out there. Because the plan I was looking at today, to be able to maximize the plan like you do here with Diamond, you have to spend $240 US on auto ship every month. That's about $360 a month for one business center. One business center. That's times 3. You're looking at $1,000 a month. Now here, 150 covers all 3 centers. Now, one thing I would do if I were you, because we could do this because we don't have vitamins and shampoos and those type of things that people loaded into the basement. I tell my people that, listen, the 150 is the bare minimum. I would set your IA at $300-400 a month, $250 a month, $200 a month, $500 a month, whatever it is, because it's important that we sit down with our new people, VDM, say, listen, How much money are you going to spend this year on gifts? Let's go through it. You know, how many kids do you have? Mother's Day, I don't know, anniversary, birthdays, Valentine's, Christmas. How much money do you think you spend? And people will tell you, I'll probably spend my 3,000, 4,000, maybe more, because I think we spend that just on Christmas time alone, right? So you know what? I probably spend 5,000 between all the birthdays and anniversaries, all of this Christmas, 5,000. So that's about $500 a month. I mean, you can wait till Christmas time or those, and then put on your credit cards and need to pay, and then pay for the next 5 years. You can do that, with interest. Or obviously you have a need, so 150 is not going to cut it for you. Let's push you up. It's called an IA top up. It's a new feature. We never had that before. I never allowed it before. The first 9 years, I would not allow people to go 150. We had our reasons for that, but now it's available to you. So let's put it nice. It's like a layaway plan, right? So it's like a saving plan. Let's go ahead. Looks like you need about $250 a month. Let's do an IA top up. Set your $250 a month. So when it comes down to buying those gifts, you're not strapped. You're not worried about it, putting on a credit card, paying all this interest. You don't pay interest when you go on, because here you pay a little bit at a time on your credit card, and it sits in your IA account. So then you can manage those monthly payments on a monthly basis, but when you go put a bunch on it, you can't. You got to pay interest on it, right? So I would have this little sizzle, basically whatever IA they're at, is bare minimum. The 150 is a bare minimum. I mean, how much you guys spend on events? Sit down and think about it. I think there's like 24, 25 different events that people buy, gifting events. I think most of us don't care about some of them, but we do care about anniversaries. We do care about birthdays. We care about Christmas. We care about those type of things, right? So if we sit down, figure out how many people have to buy for, and how much money would be spent, how beautiful is this that you can just put it on a monthly basis and you don't have to worry about a big credit card bill, when that event comes, right? So run a culture that 150 is the bare minimum. You guys all know, every single one of you know, that the biggest complaint that you have is this, because we hear it 16 times a day. I wish I had more IA points because there's so much stuff I want. I have people weekly asking me for IA loan. IA loan, because everybody wants everything, especially this new killer lineup that we have, right? So have this little comment. You are a businessman, you own a mall, and you're launching other malls. And you want to make sure they have enough inventory. You want to make sure they sell as much as possible. You want to make sure they create as much CV as possible. So have this little conversation. If I launch somebody, they're on a diamond, even if they're not a diamond, let's assume they can't do a diamond right away. It's a gold. They're Palladium. So okay, you're a Palladium. That's fine. So let me ask you, how much money are you gonna spend this year on gifts? Well, you know what? You should be doing 150, not a 75. IA. You should be doing 250. We had many cases, but there's one case I love to share. There was Sanaz was visiting her friend who was giving birth, so she stayed overnight, and the nurse was coming in and out checking up on a patient. So while it was overnight, the nurse, what do you do? Conversation, quick presentation at 3 o'clock in the morning, and the lady said, we're getting married, my boyfriend and I. And I guess that we're going to get married 3 or 4 years down the road. We love this diamond plan. We want to get in, but not to do the business. We just want to put in the 150 because obviously when it comes down time to get a wedding, it's going to be expensive. Well, they did that, and they actually got married 5.5 years later. They bought a diamond package. They stayed on the 150 for 5.5 years. And then they bought another diamond afterwards because they loved what was going on. They bought a couple of things. They loved it. When it came down to the wedding, they invited me and Sanaz to go because we went in. It was a beautiful little golf course. Not only they both had 2 fairy marsh pieces because of that, their entire bridesmaids, all of them were ferried up. All the groom's guys were ferried up. Again, what a beautiful, beautiful story that is, isn't it? and we brought them to one of our conventions and put them on the stage because at the end of the day, that's what this is. That's what this is. So look at your mall as a mall. Have this conversation with people. Get your people to look at, year down the road. So if you're looking at the 150 and somebody doesn't understand these important parts, one day they decide, you know what, I'm not shopping, so I'll downgrade it to 75 or 35 or whatever. You want them to shop. You won't understand that you have a plan. If you downgrade, you're going to get nailed at Christmas. If you downgrade, you're going to get nailed at every gifting occasion that you're going to buy a gift anyways, right? So you want to have, again, what are you having? You have a mall. Imagine Louis Vuitton gave you a website with a back office. Say, you know what? Here it is. Shop at cost. And when you sell, whatever the difference between retail and your cost is, store cost, it's your money. Imagine if Cartier did that. Rolex did that for you. Gucci did that for you. Imagine if these guys said, hey, I'll give you a website. You have store pricing in the back office. So when you shop for yourself, you get all this discount, but when you resell it, you make all that profit. But that's what we've done for you, right? So have that conversation. Remember, the 150 is bare minimum, but do a little calculation. How much are you going to spend? Let's get them on an auto ship that's appropriate. And for most people, I think bare minimum should be what, 250 to 300 a month. Not only they're going to be safe for the year when it comes to the gifting and all of that. You run into a customer who wants to buy something, they got lots of cash, you take the cash from your pocket, you use that IA, and boom, you've got all that money already there for you, and you replenish the IA. It's all sitting over there. And when that culture starts in your team, what happens to your CV? It doubles and triples and quadruples. Years ago, there was the Amway. I guess they had I knew a leader that was making a lot of money, a lot of money. This is years ago, and they basically what Amway had done. I guess Amway sells a lot of products. They don't make anything, but they had a lot of products that you could buy. So Amway's auto ship was $100 a month. Their auto ship was actually $100 a month. But in his entire team, he had over like 100,000 people in his team. But the Amway leaders, what they did was, they said, okay, yeah, but the Amway requirement is $100 a month. But in our team, you're going to need all the stuff. In our team, it's $600 a month. And some of our people that came into our business in GWT came from that team, and they told us, we basically spend $600 a month in Amway, not the company's 100. Again, Amway had a lot of products, so it's things you can buy. It's not like, vitamins and juice and, it just expires in the basement, right? So we have that opportunity here. We have incredible products, lots of them, many things that you want. So you should be doing the same thing, getting people to think for the year and break it down on a monthly basis. After all, that's what people do. Credit cards, right? Why is MasterCard and Visa so big? Because people get to buy and pay it on a monthly basis. The difference is they pay a lot of interest, right? Well, we have the same thing, don't have to pay interest, right? So you want to make sure that you take that perspective. All right. The very next thing is, can we go to the next slide? I don't know if there is one. I think there is no cash, right? There we go. All right. So we talked about Diamond. This has become such an incredible. Our wholesale profit expenses, costs, have gone up by about 8 times, 6 to 8 times, depending on the week, but 600% to 800%. The new people are feasting on this, absolutely feasting on this. So everyone has to understand this is massive. So you need to go out there and start selling some malls, because obviously we only pay on the product that's embedded into the mall. But go start launching malls all over the world. It's quick money for you. This allowed a lot of people around the world to actually look at GWT as a viable full-time business. Now, I don't condone people doing that. If you have a job, you stick to your job. You could bring this up and, eventually make that decision when you double and triple your income at your job. But for people who don't have a job or they have a part-time job, this, the new structure for wholesale profit is insane. I mean, even at the lowest level, it's $150 every single time. You could go out there, launch a bunch of malls, and boom, you've got yourself a full-time income in about half the countries around the world. Because we know what the average income is, about $600 to $1,000 a month in most countries around the world. So this is incredible. You could promote this like crazy. It's a now cash. MLM today is about that. You know what's amazing about this though? I have to share this with you because again, I was looking at another company today, and once in a while I do that. MLM companies have become there is no way to put this diplomatically. I love the industry, but I think it's become unethical. I mean, I don't know. I just, I don't, there's no word I could use. I just have to say the way it is. So I'm looking at a company today, and of course, it's supposed to be a binary system. And they say, look, we're going to give you a 50% they call it a fast start bonus when you sell a package. But first of all, it's a nutrition company, so that by itself, by definition, becomes illegal. It's called front-end loading, because how much of the same product can you have? That by itself is illegal. But anyways, put that aside for a minute. So they say, okay, we sell a $1,200 package or $1,500 package or $2,000 package. We give $1,000 up front, right? Well, here's the problem. And these companies have come a long way. Many companies have tried, and they don't work long term. Here's the reason why. They hollow out the binary commissions. In other words, there is no commission. There's no real commissions. There is no residual. They basically kill your future. They kill your residual income. That's what you hear, by the way, residual, right? So pretty much take away, it's almost like it's no longer an MLM business anymore. Now it's a direct sales business, and it's two different things. Direct sales, like going sales. Sell a vacuum, make money, right? You sell lots of vacuum, make lots of money, but you have to keep selling vacuums, right? That's not the idea of MLM. So although they come across as MLM, they say we give you all this upfront money, but they do that by destroying your future, by destroying your residual income. See, we managed to give you this crazy wholesale profit without touching your future, without touching your residual income. In fact, we enhanced many things about it. So this is why, this is how I like to do things. How can we move a little bit here and there without destroying the core of what this business is about? So before, we only had a $50 wholesale profit. We've always, since the day we launched in 2005, we've been an undisputed champion when it comes to compensation plans. No one, we've been saying it publicly. Businessforum.org, we've been saying publicly, no one's ever challenged us on this. Nor can they. And because we had this massive retail profits, that was our upfront money. But the wholesale profit was about $50. Now we've changed that to increased it up to 7 times. 7 times without touching your residual income. It's right there for you. So you can go ahead, and not only we increased by 7 times, let me talk about this. Before, when somebody upgraded afterwards, there was no more wholesale profit. So if somebody didn't get in within the first 30 days, I think 7 days, whatever that was, if they upgrade afterwards from gold to a diamond or silver to a diamond, the good or gold packages, there was no more wholesale profit after the first 30 days or whatever. Not anymore. Not only it's gone as much as 7 times, now it doesn't matter when they upgrade, you're still going to get the balance of the wholesale profit full. So, for example, we put it on the slide for you. Somebody purchases a Selenium package, and you receive $150 wholesale profit because of the products that are in that mall. They decide to upgrade 2 months, 3 months down the road, a year down the road, you're still going to get the balance of that wholesale profit. If it's gold, you get $100 more. If it's diamond, you get $200 more. We never had this before. This provides a massive upfront money for all of you. All right, I see that it's 11 o'clock. I think I'm just going to hold off on forensic post decision. I want to try to keep these calls short. Some of you guys came from another call, but you know what? I'm going to be on this call. I'm going to be with you all the way, and we're going to have some of our leaders to be on this. We're going to share some amazing, amazing stuff with you. I'm putting together for our second decade a quick 5-step or 6-step process to get your brand new person launched and to diamond. So we're going to come up with some real quick systems that when somebody launches, boom, you can get them right away up and running. We're doing some great stuff with the packaging we talked about last few weeks. So at this point, what I'm going to do is, let's just open up the lines. And if anyone has any questions, anything else, any comments, you're welcome to share it. I'll be back again next week, and we're going to have a little bit more fun. So I'll give the call to you, Sean or Anthea. Again, congratulations, young lady. I know that part of the reason I want to shut this down is because I know you are the ambassador of the month, and you're the doctor on call. So I don't want to hold you up too long.
Well, thank you so much, Ramin. Thank you. I feel really humble. Thank you.
Wait, anyone has anything you want to share?
Looking for. I see no hands up yet, but I'm looking. And do you see anybody? I don't see any hand up. Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just checking now. Oh, now we have a hand.
And Nolan.
The CDSE members or any of the LCG members, I want to share some of your thoughts. This is the time to do it.
Good night. You can go on with your question or comment. I have unmuted you. And Nolan Pillay, you're next. I have unmuted you. Good night, Abjulia. Nolan, can you hear me? I have unmuted you as well.
Yeah, sure,
Can you hear
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Nolan.
Great. Thank you once again, Ramin. Great call. Makes a lot of sense. It helps so much. I mean, just to improve our knowledge on why go diamond, etc. And you know what? As we're listening to the call, I'm just saying to Seema now as well. You know, the flip chart is a must because you've got to explain to your prospects in the room exactly what the business is really all about. And it's so helpful as well because people can relate to pictures. People like to visualize stuff. So this training was really helpful to us, and we really appreciate your time as well. And thank you once again for educating us on how the diamond works as well. So thank you very much for that. And well done to you, Anthea. Excellent month for you. So well done. Keep it up. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good to hear from you, Nolan. Congratulations for being on this call. I look forward to you becoming the ambassador of the month. Let's rock it, young man.
Thank you very much, Ramin.
Okay, if Abdullah is not on, I see Raz's hands was up. Mr. Mesgarlou, you can go ahead. I've unmuted you.
Hi, Ramin. Can you hear me?
Hi, Raza, we can.
Oh, well, you know, great call. Thanks for this call. This is something we should be covering with our leaders because I'm sure all the top leaders here, they all know all the things that you just put on a tray one by one, all the stuff that exists in GWT on this massive tray. Actually, the tray ran out of space. How much we got in this company in one package. It's just, we just gotta, just us knowing alone is not enough. We need to be rehearsing that and teach our leaders to do the same and let the world know how much we actually have offered to us on a silver platter. So thank you again for doing that, and we're going to be focusing on sharing that. I'm in the process of making a video myself with a comp plan breakdown in a short term, so I'll update everyone once it's out. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm glad you brought that up because you're going to see our LCG will lead the way, come up with a whole bunch of comp plan videos, as National Ambassador Reza said. And once we do that, we're going to have everybody come up with their own videos because you know what? When you do a video yourself, your circle will watch it. Your friends, family, sources, anyone on your Facebook, they'll watch it because it's you. But if you share someone else's video, you know what? Chances are they won't watch it because everyone's sharing other people's links anyways. Nobody cares. But when you go on camera, you don't have to be your face. But when you go out there and you start sharing about your compensation plan or whatever your products, everybody you know will watch it. So that's a new direction we're going with GWT as well. And of course, our leaders are leading the way with that.
Okay, go ahead, Abdulia.
Hello, Mr. Ramin. Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Hello, Abdulia. Of course we can, sweetie.
Thank you so much for the training. Thank you for making it so simple for all us to understand and pretty much duplicate everything. I'm taking notes, and I'm sure everybody's taking notes and wanted to listen to the recording version because it's so easy, how to explain a prospect why they need to become diamond, why they should become a diamond ASAP, and obviously to our team. And just quoting what you just say right now, it's so easy to make money with the new, getting $150 by launching a selenium, $250 by launching a gold, and $350 by launching a diamond. And what you're just doing right now, it's amazing. If they don't launch as a diamond right away, but when they upgrade, we still get that money. I mean, this is amazing. This is so, so amazing. So I just want to thank you from our GWT family for making it, for always thinking has one of us on the field and always putting us first. Thank you so much, Ramin.
Well, I want to actually send a shout out to you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I can talk about exemplary leadership. Abdulia, our ambassador, she has been taking lead with translation for the new software. I think maybe 15 different people, languages are sent to her. She's leading that whole campaign. We want to make sure with the new software, we have all these different languages for you to go build on. And this young lady is leading it. So she's done all the Spanish stuff herself, her and her team, plus other people who are doing different languages, Russian, German, whatever. She's taking control of that as well and communicating with our IT team. Look, talked about it earlier. You treat it like a business, get business check. When you're exemplary, your team becomes exemplary. If you treat it like a hobby, you get a hobby check. And with Abdulia, she's one of the diehard from California. We love you for that. And you know what? This 350, 250, and 150, I know that the fastest growing is a fact. The fastest growing segment of MLM right now is the Hispanic market. So, Abdulia, we got to get you and your team, and we have to start going to some of these Hispanic markets because there's so much people. What I find about the ethnic community, especially the Latino market, is that you can somebody can make $100, $200, and maybe they don't really care much about it. But to a lot of those countries, somebody makes $100, it's a big deal. So now we got $350 on in one shot alone. And boy, I tell you, and they lead with hearts, they lead with passion. So we need to start getting this vehicle, the GWT vehicle, in their hands because they're getting into other companies that, really they offer upfront money, but really offering no long-term residual, no future. But we got to get this GWT vehicle in their hands. So we got to strategize for the Latino market because there is, hundreds of millions of people out there who need this opportunity and they want the opportunity. It's not just need, they want it. That's what the number one right now. The fastest MLM movement is in the Latino market. And we need to get them, get GWT in their hands.
Yes, we will. We will. And just today, I was talking to two of Sean Haynes, our regional ambassador Sean Haynes, LCs, and doing three-way calls with the Latino prospects from all over the world. So yes, we're on track. We're doing it, and you'll see very, very soon lots of Latino leaders in our company.
Good stuff.
Okay. I'm sure I see Chrisley's hand is up. I have unmuted you, Chrisley. Is that you, Renee? You can go ahead.
Oh, hi there. This is
Yes.
Renee here.
Yes. Go ahead, Renee.
Oh, no, thank you so much. Ramin, thank you for the amazing call. Just when you were speaking, it was like a flashback back to 2007, my very first tour, seeing you do the Diamond Advantage. I realized how powerful that was. And when you're speaking about the partnership abilities, that's what actually sold me back in 2007. So, so glad we're back to the basics. Folks tonight on the call, we have the world's best secret, and people are coming on board right now. They're relentless at sharing what we have here at GWT, the highest paying comp plan, the best product lines, And I just want to say, Ramin, thank you so much for the call tonight. It just brought back so much memories of where we started from 2007, how we launched it, a majority Diamond members here today. And so, can't wait to have the first few videos going out with the new comp plan, personalized comp plan videos, it's what we're missing. And so again, I just want to say a special thank you. Ramin, you're so busy. And folks, what other company can you find the CEO of this company at 11 p.m., doing a call with his key people? This is how special GWT is, and I hope you realize what we have here, folks, and let's rock hard to the billion. So thank you, everyone. Back to you.
Thank you, Renee. Hey, man, this is our team. Renee, you know what we need to do? Maybe the topic tonight, you want to teach it on a Sunday night call as well, because the Now Cash, the Power of Diamond, those are the type of things that they're not advanced stuff. These are the core basics of the business. So perhaps you want to, Sean Haynes, yourself, Leo, one of you guys want to teach this on the next Sunday night call.
Would be our absolute pleasure. So thank you for that invite. Thank you.
Okay. Also, see Sherry's hand is up. Sherry, you are muted. You can go ahead with your call. That is Ari Sherry Zhao. You can go ahead.
Hi, Anthea. Can you hear me well?
I can, Sherry. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, Ramin, for leading us and doing the training on this call. And my daughter has just joined the conversation. Just give me 1 second. Baby, can you take Mimi for now? Okay. So, I just really want to quickly sharing my personal experience. Everything that Ramin talked about, and we've been learning for the past 8 years. And one thing that is so important in our company that no other company that I personally experienced is real residual income, that part. This is so amazing that our company can, give us that freedom. And I want everyone to really understand that the freedom, you can only have the freedom when you have the true residual income coming to you on a weekly basis. So this is the comp plan. This is the comp plan that the only comp plan that I know that provides the true residual, and you don't have to requalify every single month. And that's what I love GWT about, and that's why I'm here, and I love to make sure that everyone on this call also understand this part. The true financial freedom, the true freedom come from the true residual. So that's what I like to share tonight. Thank you so much, Ramin, for always being here for us and being an amazing, amazing CEO and teach us all the way. Thank you. Back to you.
My pleasure.
Okay, we also have a hands up by Rob Pamplin. Rob, you are muted. You're going to mute yourself and go ahead.
Yeah, hi everybody, it's Rob here from Perth. Just, thanks Ramin for another awesome call. I got quite a lot out of that, as I always do. And I'm really appreciative of all your time and all the effort you put into to everybody. It's, as everyone's already said, it's you know, unprecedented and not found in any other company. You know, quite the level of support and effort that you put into the field. So, you know, so really appreciate it and thanks for that. The question I have was pretty basic. Well, it comes back to that flip chart thing. You know, you talked about it, about getting back to basics, and obviously the, you know, the effect that person that gets more result from a flip chart. Do you think that an iPad would be just as effective, or would you recommend still going back to the actual flip chart?
Nothing beats paper. Nothing. Even in forensic, as you can see, I talk about the basics. If I sit in front of, even at a restaurant, for example, if I'm sitting with you, Rob, I take a napkin, a piece of paper, and I draw the circles. Sanaz Ruin shares it all the time. I showed our compensation plan to Sanaz in 2.5 minutes on the napkin, and she was in. Something about simplicity. You know, you don't need to open up a computer or iPad, open up a program, and go to PowerPoint and all of this. No, take a piece of paper, drag the two circles. Like, I love circles. People love it. They understand it. It's simple. If you could do it, I can do it too. The second best option is you print what I just showed you. You put it in your presentation book. Everybody should have a presentation book. We can talk about that next. And you can actually show the poster I just put up there for you. This is going to be, it's actually going to be what you just saw. It's going to be mass email to everybody. So you'll have it in inbox. But it's also going to be in your back office. So to answer your question, flip chart rules. People love, they're so engaged in it. You're not so engaged when you look at screen, but when someone's talking to you on a little thing and drawing, every movement gets your attention. And when you start to do that, Rob, it's a funny thing. When you start to do that in a meeting, every single time one distributor will walk up, he says, "Can I rip that? I want to bring it home and practice." So flip chart absolutely rules. Even on one-on-one, take a piece of paper, take a napkin, let me show you why the extra $2,000 now can really literally be worth over $1 million to you in 2 years from now.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I was thinking more of a one-on-one meeting, but that's awesome. Thanks, Ramin. Cheers.
Awesome. Okay, I think that was all the hands raised. So we had one comment.
Shall I see Stacy's hand up? I have just unmuted her.
Okay. All right, let her go ahead.
Go ahead. Good night.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Stacy. Go ahead.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much. You know, my comments very, very quick. Absolutely awesome training. Thank you, Mr. CEO. I am so glad that I jumped on this call. I only have one thing I'd really, really like to say. What a brilliant idea about getting videos put up for, you know, like flip charts, for compensation plans, like everybody doing that. That's a fantastic idea because it empowers people, like looking at it in a different perspective as well. Not only do we get to learn, not only do we get to share this, but this empowers our team to keep doing this, and the duplication process continues on and on and on. So I just want to say big props. That was awesome. I love that idea, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing videos come through from our senior LCG. So thank you.
Love your energy, and I love contribution like that. Yes, you're gonna see, we're gonna flood, we're gonna attack social media. And what I really like to see, personally, I look forward to seeing how everybody presents the compensation plan their own way. I love seeing that. And particularly, I love to see someone who's been in business 3 days. They put up a basic video and sharing their perspective what our comp plan is, maybe a portion of our comp plan. It doesn't have to be professional. It just has to be real. It doesn't have to be professional. It just has to be real. And I want to see everybody, just like you said, when you take the time to make that video, not only you get to learn the material,